Hello and welcome back to another PC build video, everyone. Today we're going to be building a mini ITX build in the Cooler Master NR200P V2 case. This build is going to be white and black, so I'm very interested to see how the aesthetic is going to turn out. Basically, we have the case with all the panels stripped off, and I think to start with, we're going to prepare our Lian Li SP850 SFX power supply. Okay, now that we have our motherboard 24-pin, CPU 8-pin, and GPU 16-pin connector, we can take off the bracket for the power supply and get this little boy installed. Now we have the power supply attached. We may have to detach that to come back and cable manage all of these, but for now, let's move on to the motherboard. Now, going in our MSI Mag B650i Edge Wi-Fi motherboard, we have the Ryzen 7 7800X3D, so let's get that in there. Here is our 7800X3D going in. There we go. Almost forgot, but we have a AM5 mounting bracket to replace this bracket for better heat dissipation. So let's get that on. That's installed. We can get our 32GB of T-Force Delta DDR5 6000 MHz CL30 RAM into the board. There we go. Next up, we install our 2TB of Kingston KC3000 SSD storage. Now we'll screw that in and put the heatsink back on, and then get ready to put the motherboard into the case. Okay, now that the motherboard is securely in place, I'm going to go ahead and plug in all of the connectors from the front I/O and motherboard power, CPU power. Okay, now that we have the general positioning of all the cables, I think we should go ahead and stick our Asus TUF TR120 fans on the bottom here. Actually, before we get those bottom fans installed, we're going to stick in our Be Quiet Pure Loop 2 FX 280mm AIO. So that should keep our 7800X3D running nice and cool and keep the system very quiet. Okay, now that we have our AIO finally installed, it took me a little bit of fiddling, a bit of a headache to get in, but it is secured in there.